It's the beautiful
Baby.
and we coming to you live with another episode of Sippin and Conversation.
Hey. So check it. I something different as a way for the upcoming transition. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna be like working with our YouTube live. So hello YouTube.
What's good, everybody?
And right now we are testing. We're going to do it tonight as a test and just kind of get a feel for it. I know there's going to be huge differences, angles, and things like that, because our primary form has been Facebook. So we have to make sure we are attentioning like we really need to be attentioning for angles and things like that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you all for being patient with us.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a new experience, but as we have been saying forever, we are really looking forward to transitioning so that we can be on a bigger platform. And,
Okay.
as is life, changes. Yes?
For sure.
All right. So while I do what I do,
Do what you do.
he's going to be working his phone while I am on.
You see how this thing go? See, now we doing all these changes. What happens? I lose the laptop and heard a phone.
I mean, he's not losing the laptop. He's gonna be working the laptop.
I'm gonna be working the phone.
He's gonna work the laptop.
But either way,
because I need to use. We got several things happening, but see, that's the beauty of when you are
do your thing, man.
Doing your thing. Me doing my thing. He doing his thing, and we bring these things together. As a whole.
So go ahead and do. Wow. So while
recap.
No, I'm not gonna recap yet because I didn't do what I usually do.
What you usually do,
baby? How was your day?
Well, I haven't officially been given instructions to go back to office. However, there's certain things with the nature of work that I do that it's better fitted for me to be in the office. So since I'm gonna be there by myself, I go in and I get a plethora. Y'all know that's my word.
Okay.
I get a plethora of things done, and so I was super excited about it. I was scared though, because why was you scared, baby? Because anybody that knows me know that I don't do rain very well. But the good part is I wasn't driving in it, so there's that. So in all actuality, I actually had a pretty decent day.
Okay.
How was your day?
Oh, my day was
glistening. Got that butter bliss all over your body.
Did you just say that good? Okay. Well, either way, my day went straight. My day was straight. You know what I'm saying? I had a good day. I was able to take the blinders off of somebody, let them know, so we can move forward from this point on. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's necessary. So you don't want to pump fake them. You want to be real, and you want them to understand. Don't ever cross this line, ever.
Okay.
It's never gonna be good for you.
That's what's up.
Good or bad. In this particular case, it wasn't a good or bad thing. It was a person needed to understand my perspective, right?
Understood.
Because in the workplace, you all as it's got to be this way. Well, when you in a position where you have to watch over others, you can't just take one person's point of view.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and there you have it. The week was real tough for us last week. We was at war. We was talking about exclusivity. And what did we come up with? We said that exclusivity, being exclusive, is not necessarily a relationship but it's taking you on the way. Mm-hmm. I went a little deeper and I said that it's relationship specific.
What?
I mean, depending on the type of relationship, is depending on how you start dissect what it is you want and don't want. You know, because people can detach their emotional side, their spiritual side from, or their physical side from anything. You know, so what are you getting for that person? Is it money? Is it spiritual healing? Is it emotional lifeline? You know, what your cravings is for that person. It don't always have to be sex, like somebody always like to say. For whatever reason that person gets your goat, that's what it is. And I also said that let's be intentional. See, it's one thing to want to be with somebody and want it to be exclusive, but what is your intention? Why you want it to be exclusive? Is it because you really like that person? Because you don't want nobody else to have them. See, if you want to give a person the option, really give that person the option to want to be there for real, for real. What you got to say about that, baby? I know you're typing real well.
I was getting it. Getting them
what the
keystrokes
people
together.
Say? And what do people say? Because at the end of the day, I forgot to ask y'all what y'all sipping on.
Yes. All right. So the people say, well, first of all, what's good, Javon? What's good, Brenda? What's happening with belated birthday? Mm-hmm. What's happening, family? TJ Chapman. So we really appreciate you all tuning in. Just a FYI, for those that's coming in, we are streaming live right now on YouTube. And because eventually that will be our primary live streaming platform once I get all the kinks but for the next couple of weeks we're going to be doing both so that we can just basically, you know, get a feel for it and just see what we like. And, you know, because as is life, like I said, change is inevitable. Yes. And if it's changed for the better, then I'm all here for it. I'm all in. So back to what Mr. Buddha was talking about, as far as, you know, no, exclusivity does not equal relationship. However, it can become implied. The conversation is being presented. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, just because you're having the dialogue, you know, of exclusivity, does not mean the end result will be, yes, we mutually agree to transition whatever was in existence to being us. Sex, money, emotions, spiritually, physically, the whole 9 yards. And so when you engage in that conversation about being exclusive, if you, whatever terms or conditions or parameters, whatever you want to call it, that you all mutually agree, you know, when you have that conversation, or you won't agree. Let's say you just don't agree. It is what it is, you know. Then what's the next step? If you don't agree, is somebody got to make the big boy, big girl decision on skedaddling and making yourself readily available for someone who's more equally or more aligned to what your goals are in life or what your desires are. That's the worst case. Best case is that, okay, we agree, we're going to do this as a partnership and we're going to transition together. We're not going to have sex with other people. We are not going to, you know, coexist with other people on the level of intimacy and all things that could potentially create a sidebar relationship, because we've now handed that I'm going to dedicate and devote my time and energy into you. And that goes both ways.
Right.
All right. So that's my take on it.
Good. What you sipping on, baby?
And so today, Baby is sipping on some whiskey, Canadian whiskey. I'm gonna stop saying names of these brands until I am sponsored. No, okay. For the record,
No,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
she's
dead
serious.
serious,
Yeah,
but
she's
I'm drinking a Canadian whiskey with a peach schnapps liqueur and a little bit of ginger beer, shaken, not stirred.
good. And me, on the other hand, I'm doing a little Jamaican rum
Mm.
with some ginger ale and a splash of lime juice.
Oh yeah, I do got a lime juice with a sliced lemon in there.
We out here.
This is so delicious, and it's a sweet tea.
Okay.
It kind of got a
All right.
sweet tea taste to it.
All right. So, what we doing tonight, baby? What we talking about?
All right, I think I'm almost ready.
Okay. Want to speak up and see who we got? We got in the room today.
All right. So who's in the building? Y'all know what to do. You got to tell me what you.
For sure. We're not going to talk about who or what the product is because we're not getting paid to advertise for them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I find it to be better that we do that. As you get better at what you do, your craft, you get.
But whatever it
learn.
It's good.
But it's definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be more than happy to tell you off camera.
Well, it's already working, ladies.
But y'all know how it is. Oh, and I can't remember which one of my blue dots that I got this shirt from, but this shirt is a Bears and Bubbles. It was made for. I listened to a guy named Javon Clark. His wife Christy Clark. Years back, he have a little, not a little. It's a big thing. It's the Bears and Bubbles series, and so this says Source, and it's like a city, and then there's the Bears, and there's the blue dot. Meaning behind everything is very, very, very powerful. Cool guy. He go in. He do not spare. He will completely tell you F your feelings, get out of them.
Okay.
If you ain't got no tough skin, you're not gonna want to deal with him. But if you get beyond all of that, yeah. So I like to give a proper shout out because this shirt really, the whole course that he had, it meant a lot to me. So yeah.
And for me, I'm wearing our shirt. Out on love. And it's really coming in good according to this particular topic. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get back to our screen, and then I'm gonna let you share.
Already,
because I didn't from here.
Oh, okay. Sure, baby.
Okay.
Don't forget what we doing.
I didn't forget. That's why I said what I said. When you stop me, then you stop the show.
Okay, you focus, baby.
I am focused.
We talk about the show.
So get on here, and when I get to the screen,
I got you.
Then I can say what I say.
Okay.
All right. So tonight we are talking about co-parenting part 2. You want to say hello to anybody before we get into it?
Say it to all of them.
All right. If you hit right here, then you'll be able to get everybody.
Oh, she's training me. I'm in training today.
Yes, this training because he may need to take care of things. I may not be able to be here one day, and this show will go on like smooth sailing.
Okay, we got Brenda, Katrina, Javon, Don, Boy, Teddy Jam. Woo! I hear you. Jam.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about co-parenting part 2. So anybody that's been here with us, for a while, we talked a little bit about this a few seasons ago, and it was real touchy.
Yeah.
It almost made World Star.
Go on, Earth.
But hey, it is what it is, right? So we bringing it back because
It's time.
It's time, and we saw like the whole thing with little Boosie. Decided to get his son and nephew a little special treat.
Hey, he paid. He paid.
So it's so I don't know with that situation. I probably wouldn't do it, but see, I'm a mama. I'm looking at it from the mama perspective. I know a lot of dads. They be like, "Hey, my son got to get it. I don't want him to be scared, or I don't know. What do men usually think?"
Well, I mean, listen, man. If you can help your son out where he may not be experienced, because a lot of boys sell wolf tickets or use the old wooden nickel. They talk about they doing all this good stuff, and they're not really doing nothing. And then when they get themselves in a situation, they fail. Or they rise to the. But one thing for sure, one thing I know, and two things for sure.
Okay.
Your last name must carry on. You know what I'm saying? Your last name. See, listen, my last name is my last name. So if I'm going out, I'm representing not only myself, my lineage, and my history. However you want to look at it. I got to represent. So Boosie, I understand you. I had a best friend who also got his first piece of trim from a prostitute, which was paid by. So I do know, even 20, 30, 25, 30 years ago, this shit still was happening. You know what I mean? So what do? Listen, whoever she is a professional. She, for the most part, because obviously you're observing what is going to your son, going to your son, so you know what's going to happen. And you want him to understand what's good and what is not. Controlling the narrative in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I prostitute, but morally, when people look at it from a moral, they ain't really too like that ain't what you supposed to do with your 12-year-old.
Well, yeah.
And then the world don't need to know this.
Well,
now, if you low key behind the scene, you call them over to the house as if it's implied you and perhaps your son and nephew at the house. I mean, baby.
Hold on. First of all, let me ask you this. So you rather your child get another child? Neither one of y'all know what y'all doing, and potentially.
I don't want my child to do anything at 12 years old, other than worry about maybe playing Fortnite or whatever. Ain't that what they call it? My son.
In truth, I can't condone nothing that Boosie said, but I'm trying here. I'm reaching for stars. Strong, give me one. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, for me, I started at a very young age. I'm not going to divulge that age, but I started at a young age, and yeah,
right.
And the ladies were older.
Wrong.
They send the brother on his journey. It is what it is.
Oh, wow. Read some of the comments while I finish off here. You got it right there.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Okay. So let's go. Oh, my. Right. 12. What? Oh, no. Nah. He's too young, period. Okay. Oh, no. Right. As a mother, my son's father and I would be boxing. My 12-year-old son is still on anime. No matter, anime ain't helping your cause none, cuz. It ain't helping your cause none because now anime is showing it all. They drawing dicks and...
Hey.
Sorry.
Censor.
Not sorry. Ooh. My bad. Okay. Story I hear when he's 30 or 40. I got you. I understand what you guys are saying, but listen.
I mean, I know the reality is when your son is off with his homeboys, your young son, teenage son is off with his homeboys, okay? They are, in this day and age, they are absolutely experimenting.
Exactly.
Period. When your young or teenagers are with their homegirls, they are experimenting.
So as a parent,
we just, if it makes it better that you do like this, whatever. But the reality is, it's doing it.
So as a parent,
don't make it right, but they are doing it.
You pray and hope that your daughter ain't the one that's being run through in the neighborhood because she's the test dummy.
And they ain't even doing, it ain't even.
You know, you pray.
And the reality is, here's another reality check. It ain't even about that no more. The girls are willingly participating in these events, but the you have to deal with now because of the time and the way sexuality is being presented to our children. It's more that your concern is probably now going to be more than being the train, is that they're with same sex.
You see, I mean, I really.
But that's just going too far. That has no. But it is because it's all one parent may be okay with certain activities, whereas the other parent has zero tolerance.
I mean, listen. So let's not see as parents. Sometimes we forget
that we was shooting. Okay.
So now you over here getting mad at your daughter or your son for doing the same shit that you were doing as a kid, but you don't have no understanding for this.
Well, because
you're supposed to have this understanding. You don't
first, what you did does not make it right.
But you are a nice, wholesome person at this moment who has nice moral values and structure. And you are the model citizen. You're the model citizen that you're showing this child to be. But all that other bullshit you did as a kid, who you were today.
Well, see, a part of that too,
you know what I'm saying?
Part of that is many parents overly protect. And I say overly protect. They shield their children. Nothing wrong. I'm just speaking in general that sometimes you are hindering your children or child than helping. So because you did do these things, I'm not saying you got to be descriptive and to the T and what you did, but you can't be walking this straight and narrow now because you done lived life, and yet you don't cut the mustard with your child. You need to talk to your child at a level of understanding so that they can understand. You can actually relate to what they're going through.
Have empathy, right?
At least empathize.
Right. You understand it. I'm not saying that. I'm just a little bit.
This is all in alignment.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about getting prostitutes.
No, come on. This is not. It's not exclusively that.
I got you.
So I was just using that as a means to graduate. Obviously, now
graduate, baby. Go ahead.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
Why? Because you was a prostitute.
Well,
you were prostituted. Did you get a prostitute? You don't want to say that? Okay.
I can talk about me if you want
to
talk
don't
about
do
me.
That,
but you're opening this door now.
No, we know. We already know
right.
this one right here.
Okay, you're opening this door.
Right
now you don't want me to
anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
So, all right. So, taking it to another level. When we're talking co-parenting, how do you detach the emotions from actual parenting?
When? How and when?
How and when?
Listen, this is a tough one because fellas who been in this situation, ladies who put men in this situation, men who put women in this situation, hear me when I say this. Why is it okay or not okay to marital when it comes to the custodial parent allowing the non-custodial parent to see their child? Meaning that if you know that that guy, for me, I'm a man, I can speak for me. If you know a man has a girlfriend, they all say, you better not have no woman around my kid. My mindset was, I chose you at one point. So I should have a little bit of credibility here for who the next person I choose. But you don't want me to bring son or daughter around the kid because you feel what? At some point, I'm in the same, my interest is the same as yours when it pertains to the child. And the protection of the child. So at what point allowed to be the father in that situation?
Right.
And this is where the emotions align or need to disalign with the co-parent.
Right.
Go ahead, baby.
No, I totally agree. To a lot of what you're saying. We have to get beyond, if we as the parents, we're not, whether we've been married 20 years, 5 years, dated, how long, if the end result is that we have a child or children, and we have decided for whatever reason not to be together, we need to be focusing on healthy parenting, because ultimately these children need both of us at a unified front at the end of the day.
At least about one thing.
Right.
And that's the well-being of the child.
Right. Now, because what happened a lot of times is when we start putting our emotions in the situation, we women, we are some emotional creatures.
Men are too.
Right.
Sorry. That's all right.
No, but I'm just saying from the woman perspective, we are very emotional. And so if we've not made the decision, or maybe we didn't make the decision, but we not this man no more, it's not right that I hold this child like this token that to put separation between the man and the child, the father and the child, to be superior.
Or the child in his life. So like, if he has a whole lifestyle, meaning that you have equity with the person, right? You live or may not live with a person, but this person is financially helping you take care of this child for whatever reason, for whatever it is. They should at least, if they're invested in the child, they should at least be around the child in some capacity. Yes. I think. You know what I'm saying? But these people, men too, don't be having no time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't have no to do what? If a man steps to the plate where you left off, right? And decides to pick up the ball and help out, then he's doing what we should do. It takes a village to raise a child. Absolutely. As long as he doesn't disrespect your child in any other way, then you should be able to understand and be grown adults about the situation, man. My heart aches for those guys, me included, who have to go through situations, children's mothers or children's fathers, for what? Because it's clear it is not about the kid. It's clear that it's not about the kid. It's about you or them. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I mean, I'm here. I'm in here, baby. Go ahead, take them. I don't want to get emotional. Go ahead.
Let me get them.
Reel me back in.
Come on, emotions. Come on, emotions. All right, what do people say?
Okay.
All right, what do people say? The people say they should have never be out in public, but we talk okay, that's a little boosted. All right, boom, we skip past that. I'm overly protective. Slow down. I'm trying to get this screen to slow down. I am overly protective. I do need to step back. My dad was very overprotective with me. Being about sex and sexuality with our kids is one thing, but providing a whole body for experience is another. Hey. I am fine with the woman being around my child as long as they are fine because I am the other woman. So I want her to feel comfortable around me.
Right. I mean, I can understand that. But guess what? There ain't a lot of women out there who agree with that.
Right.
That notion.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, if you continue to place all these unrealistic parameters between, and this as parents, I'm just saying, I'm not saying the mom or the dad, I'm just saying as the parent, if you put these unrealistic expectations or parameters in place, now what happened is when the child is in one parent's care, they're now having to do way more to try to fill in this big gap that's, this void. You know what I'm saying? And then when you try to communicate them, it becomes an even bigger issue because the chains are so loose. It's like it's so loose that they don't really have a full connection. Whereas now I'm not saying one get to override the other decision. If y'all say no, then together, y'all should be able to have this conversation. I mean, small things. You ain't gotta say everything. Y'all ain't gotta go back and forth and all that. But when it's decisions, the child needs to be comfortable that, hey, I'm gonna talk to mom, but I need to go to dad, or this is a situation I need to go to my dad. Maybe he can make it easier with mom, and then, however, not to play the game, but just to know that I got both my parents. They both gonna discipline me. We have different techniques, but they have the same goal, and that's for whatever's in my best interest.
Right.
At the end of the day, and who he's with, as long as, like you say, if not small kids that can't really communicate, I might be a little hesitant, until I get comfortable with the woman. That's because what makes him comfortable with her is one. And the reason why I say small children is because people are weird these days, and they do weird things. So at least I want my child to be speaking, able to just communicate. Hey, how you doing? You feel okay? Everything good? Just stuff like that. Now, but me personally, I'm gonna place all accountability on the dad,
and which it should be. So if you
accountability.
So if you do put that accountability on the father, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it shouldn't even matter because it's two parents here, right? It's two parents here of a child, mm-hmm. right? So, and besides the step parents and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, you should trust the father. Mm-hmm. Now, where the lines get blurred is you don't trust him personally because he may have burnt you. He may have cheated on you.
If I separate from the situation as a mother.
But when does a woman separate their emotion from the co-parenting? One reason.
Not from the co-parenting, from the man.
From the man. Co-parenting man. One reason when they get another man. Now, everything in their life is good. And whatever you want to do with the child, so be it. Now,
that's bad. That's the wrong reason.
But this is what happens. Their mind is occupied, not on the other person, because sometimes it be, and I've heard this before, they feel like they got a raw deal. They see the dad out there living free, having fun. He doesn't have that obligation, and every day they're not being able to do what they want to do because they're sitting here with the child. So now.
But if that's the case, you probably will be hesitant. There's going to be some issues. In the case Here, let's do it like this, because I don't want to get into that aspect.
Mm.
In the case where you have a father who is active, who is active in your child's life, even though he was a good dad when y'all in the relationship, but it didn't work out for y'all. It just didn't work. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. Now, I'm not going to penalize his team because we not seeing eye to eye. What I mean by I will be hesitant at the gate until I'm more comfortable with her. It's only rightfully so that I have a rapport with this woman who's potentially long-term mate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's a short-term mate, I ain't too willingly to send my small child to a woman that, because I know how this man is, and he's proven he love him and leave him. So now I'm gonna have my child become actively involved with this other woman, and he or she, my child or children, they're gonna be seeing.
Whoa.
I didn't say that they won't interact. I'm just talking about my small children.
What does it matter?
They're
with their father.
It
and
matters.
Their father, hold on. They are with their fathers, and you can't control.
I'm not trying to control that.
Hold on. But it sounds that way.
No.
It sounds that way. Like I have a problem. I'm really look at it. Listen, they're with the father. Just like for all the fellas out here, hear me when I say this good. When you don't have the child in your, and the next man come over, what are they coming over to do? They ain't dropping the mama ain't dropping the kids off somewhere to have their fun, their rendezvous with the new boyfriend. Everything is going on in the doggone house. You understand what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
Most of the time it is.
Not necessarily.
Let me tell you.
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'm not saying yeah and nay. All I'm gonna say is eventually that's where it's gonna go, and that person is gonna be around that child at some point. Here's my point.
And now we're going to be communicating because that then level of communication comes open, because you need to now know there's a man that, because what you can't be thinking you going to do is come and go as you please and do what you do.
But if you going to roll that dice and say, okay, homie, you can come in after these hours because I know my child is asleep and the child get up, I'm just going to say, I don't know. Y'all some slick asses. I'm just gonna say. Not everybody gonna say, hey man, can you watch my kid while I do my thing? Oh, you need to come between these hours my kid is asleep.
Generally, if and when a woman is bringing a guy over, they've probably been having some kind of interaction with each other for a little bit of time. We don't just bring randoms
to
the house.
Fellas, how many of y'all been to a woman's house?
How many men
First time,
have come
third
over?
time, how many times you done talked to her on the phone, but you end up at the house? Let's talk about it. What do people say?
Anyway, so when you break up with your boyfriend or baby mama, you have to expect that another man or woman finna be around your child. The only thing that you should hope is that they see that they bring the right people around your children.
Absolutely.
Of course. I mean, I definitely agree with that. No man or woman should go without seeing their child bearing safety issues. The child will resent the parent in the end. Absolutely.
Start right there. I want to address that. I agree, but that ain't helping me. But that ain't helping the fella or whoever's in that situation. I'm not going to say I'm in that situation. Whoever's in that situation. Because at the time as it's going on, you as a woman who's in that situation is the one that's hurting. The child may be hurting, but they don't really understand what's going on. But you can't be the father or the mother to your child as you want to, because the other person is trying to control the narrative.
Right, but I think what they're saying, the child is going to resent the parent. The parent that kept the child from the opposite.
But I don't want, as the other parent, I don't want to wait the time I got to wait. I want to give this love to my child. I want to give this knowledge to my child. I want to give this time to my child. So right now, I'm the one being punished. And I can't really talk about when they and they want to resent the child. I'm living it now. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of times, not all the time, a lot of times you can pretty much, you can gauge that this ain't probably going to go too far. You knew the man or the woman was a little teeter-totter. You were just blinded by either sex, the good looks, or the just the whole
But who made
love.
but who made that the judge, jury, and executioner of what the other person is doing? Nobody.
Of course
I mean,
nobody.
because at the end of the day, we chose each other for a moment in time. We had a child. That's what we did.
Get out your feelings.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Calm
We
down.
had a child.
Calm down.
That's what it is, right? So
Martha.
now I'm not. So now and you over there. Period. You can't tell. You should be able to tell me as well as I should be able to tell you what you do in the comfort of your own personal space, your own time, and what you want to do. But what I can do is, hey, can I see my child? Not, well, if you got that girl, no.
Right. I mean, no, I don't believe in that part. I really don't. But again, if my child has expressed, well, first of all, I'm gonna talk to my child anytime they go to the opposite parent. Go to the dad's house. In my case, the dad. Anytime they go to the dad's house, I would say, you good, blah blah blah. I engage not to find out who the woman is and all that type of kind of stuff. I get that information from him because that's just me personally. We need to cut the mustard and let's talk about this because it's important and she need to know who I am. Respect her just the same as she need to respect me. And I need you to make sure she know with a surety that I only get at you when it pertains to the child. Because I done been the other woman, So I need for that woman to understand that I'm not trying to take your man. Because he will forever be the child's father. You feel me? So I done had, I'm not saying I don't repeat or nothing like that. I've never done that. I mean, I have.
So
she need to, and the only person that really is the mediator, well, I won't say the only person, one of the biggest people that's the mediator is the parent.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this question because I'm hearing this down the timeline. So what's more important? The relationship between the non-custodial parent or got a random situation going on? What's more important, the random situation or the relationship of the non-custodial parent to the child?
Both.
I think the relationship should be the primary focus.
The child always the focus, and that's
it.
That's usually why you're making many decisions are made in the best interest of the child. Is it always right? No.
Is it truly in the best interest of the child? Is the best interest of the woman or man's side?
Usually.
Okay. I'm just saying.
It is in the best decisions are made in the best interest of the child. Is it always right? No. It is not always right. Meaning, you may withhold the child from going with the father because he with his girlfriend, but after a while, you end up you see she's still there, she's consistent, or whatever. I'm just saying, it does matter. It matters.
Listen.
It don't matter to you because you want what you want, but it does matter. It can matter.
What matters more? The random situation or the relationship with the child to the non-custodial parent?
I mean, at the
because
bottom
at the end
line,
of the day, the
child's interest is what.
So if they want to see the other person, the other parent, then allow them to see the other parent. And it's like you said earlier, responsibility relies on the other parent to do their part.
I've seen I won't say a lot. I've seen situations where the only time that absent parent or I won't say absent, the non-custodial parent asks for the child is because of the woman or because of the man.
I've also seen where the other
person. It could be so many scenarios.
I mean, yeah, I've seen where people don't even see their child for 10, 15 years because I don't trust the girl. I don't trust the other person that they're with.
Right.
So how do you hold a whole relationship with a woman or a guy, whoever you are, right? And not see.
Yeah. No, I don't, like I said, I'm not in agreement that men or women keep the child, stay away from the child, or keep the child away.
All right.
You know, I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, it is the child or children who begins to become impacted by the decisions of the parents.
Okay.
And a lot of that is nobody want to get out their way, get out their feelings. And people parents need to get out their feelings. You have to separate them. Y'all ain't sleeping together. Like I seen, one of the comments said something. And once we stop sleeping together, that's it.
I'm glad that. So I'm gonna ask this question, since we're on this co-parenting tip, right? Since we're on this co-parenting tip. So now listen. So is it healthy practice? This is the exact reverse opposite of what we just talked about. It's a practice that if you two people are not together, continuously do family things, meaning both kids, mom and the dad who are not together, do family things all the time.
No, you shouldn't do family things all the time.
Why is that?
You shouldn't. I mean, it's a false picture to the child. They need to, you need to do is be straight up front that mom and dad, we're not together. However, we're gonna be there for you no matter what. And know it. Now there are events
like going to
football game, basketball, or
cheerleading,
or
maybe
some
going to
school
a theme
function,
park or something like that.
Not even a theme park.
Not even
no. That's too family-ish. Okay, that's a family thing when you do it, not the family. Okay. Now, granted, if he come with his girlfriend and her child, and y'all doing something collectively at a theme park, big ups to you. But when but together, y'all really, cause see, that's how you start separating. Now, I'm not saying don't do it if that's what you want to do. Be great. But it will behoove you to separate, put the separation in place. Because what's going to happen is somebody going to be teeter-tottering. And, you know what I'm saying? You could be cool, because I'm cool with, with the non-custodial. I'm cool. We cool. You know what I'm saying? And I know that if there was a true emergency, he would look out. That's how cool we are. And the reason why he would look out is because it is in the best interest of my child.
And there you go.
However, I know that the non-custodial has a relation, they have a rapport. I won't say relationship. They have a rapport together. So it will be a communication, you know what I'm saying? There will be some kind of interaction. But see, again, like I said earlier, I'm the mediator between how this thing steering, if it's a good relationship or a bad relationship.
Okay.
And that's how, and I'm sure, and that's how it should be for him if it's a good relationship or a bad relationship. So for you all,
what y'all think? Yeah. What do people say, baby?
Relationships with non-custodial parent is more important for the betterment of the child. Absolutely. I'm trying to get this to scroll up. Sweet. Oh, I was on the wrong. I got two mouses going on. Hush. If y'all been talking for a bit, the other people will be around. Absolutely. Mothers generally tend to not expose their kids to randoms. What I'm saying is you don't have to wait to be with your child. Neither parent should. Discernment is key as far as company. Would you hang out with people who you knew has nope, because your safety is at risk. Even though this is an extreme example, you can use a less of an example. A random. This mouse moves real quickly. A random shouldn't have much importance in this scenario. Okay. All right. Understand. hold on, I need this to stop moving so goddamn fast. Honestly, a random situation, my child won't be involved in that situation. Okay, see? And that's coming from a man. Not at all the time, but special occasions. Right? Okay, okay. I think I got him. I might have missed something, but you're going to have to look on your phone because there's that. My thing going, this mouse goes crazy. All right. So I think what we talking about? You're gonna have to go up in the top. Somebody filling me in. Why not? And healthy co-parent allows a family to remain intact although the parents are not together. Right. I don't see a problem with at all with coexisting. I believe that that you should be coexisting. However, I know to be a line that don't get crossed either. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said if it comes, going to like theme parks, mama and daddy going to the theme park with just the kids, y'all look like a family. Y'all moving like a family. He probably gonna pay for stuff like okay. Just to give this child this illusion that y'all still a family, but you don't sleep in the house. Come on now. These kids see. They ain't crazy either. All right. So the best thing is, one, like I said, sit down, have a conversation with your child or children.
And the other person.
Everybody need to come sit down, have a come to Jesus moment. And let's just have it established. The problem is we don't want to talk to the other person because
they don't want to hear the no.
We ain't detached the emotions from the situation.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And very guilty too. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what we talked about last week in a way. It ain't that you don't want the person, because you may not want the person, but you don't want nobody else to have me. Right. So you know what I'm saying?
Y'all terrible with that. Oh no, what? Oh, or you try to throw that out there every time you turn around. Won't you call? Ain't you got you a man? Hold on, partner. First of all, yes, I got a man. Okay? Facts. However, your child.
Respect has a lot to do with it. You know, you should have respect for your co-parent at some point. You ain't gotta like them, but to respect them. But you gotta respect them at the fact that they are the co-parent. They are the one you chose in that moment to have a child.
No, don't comment then. Hold your mule. Because I know your situation. Hold your mule.
But I'm here to say it. I'm here to say, listen, how do we fix these children? Well, we got to come together, unify up front for at least one cause. Get out your feelings. Men, get out your feelings. Women, because a man will feel some type of way where they giving this child support up and their child ain't getting taken care of the way they need to be taken care of, and there's a whole man in the house as well. I feel some type of way, but then yet, same thing. A man's best life and everything over there on the other side of the counter is struggling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, when it comes to the child support, that's a court order. It is what it is. But I do believe that, just because I get child support, if you get the child support, that still does not exclude the father from his due diligence.
I get it.
Even if there's another man in the house.
I'm not saying that either, but what I'm saying to you is, we're humans, right?
Right.
We all have these emotions. We get in these feelings, right?
Yeah.
So how to hurt a man? You can do it with money. Take the money. That'll hurt him. Love. be it a woman or their children.
Mm-hmm.
You will hurt a man in those three fashions.
Right.
Love of a woman, love of their child, or their money. Other than that, you ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
7.
You know.
No, I mean, it just, because that whole child support, that's a whole nother topic to incorporate in the co-parenting. But this part too is about the emotions.
It's really about the emotions.
It's really about the emotions and detaching it.
Because all you're doing is hurting the child.
Yeah.
As someone said earlier, but we can go back to a couple episodes ago where we talked about reciprocity. So as a non-custodial parent, where do we get our reciprocity? In this situation where you have a custodial parent who feels that they can call all the shots, do what needs to be done when it's in the best interest of the child because emotionally they feel that way.
Right.
Versus the non-custodial parent.
Yeah. Who
sometimes can fight the good fight, but get nowhere. I'm just saying. When does it stop?
It gets real. It gets real. When it gets down to it, I've seen them all. I'm thankful that I just deal with, but I do know that so many have suffered at the hands of men, and I've seen a lot of men that really had to suffer and are suffering because
right. We are the me, myself, and I generation. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if we have kids or not. It's always going to be about us. You see them? Look at social media. They all doing the same thing. Tooting and booting, twerking with the kids.
Hey, I have.
Listen. Listen, all I'm saying is
I do everything tastefully with my girls. I don't have small girls. I have an adult child.
I get it, but I'm talking about these kids out here.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about from the ages of 15 on down.
Right.
You see videos. I seen a video the other day where I see whole kids twerking like they strippers. 8 years old. And they mama is glorifying this shit.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, come on now. But now as a non-custodial parent, I'm supposed to trust your judgment.
All right. I don't like that.
I'm supposed to trust your judgment, and I can't see my kid.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. So, what did we learn tonight?
We learned that you should understand what's going on. Take out your feelings out of the situation and understand exactly what you need to do.
Okay. Exactly. Separate the emotions, co-parenting. When you and the non-custodial have decided to separate and, not be in a relationship, you should have already considered the impact of the children. Because if you don't, maybe you go through the little emotional roller coaster, men and women, through that. But at the end of the day, you got to put some perspective on what is truly in the best interest of the child or children. Surely, you want to detach the emotions from making those decisions. Otherwise, you are setting yourself up for a disastrous failure.
Hey man, listen.
Just say it.
You ready, baby?
I'm ready. So next week, same time, same energy. You know what this is. Thank you all. New sippers. Thank you, old sippers. We are on all the platforms. Like I said, we were running it tonight on YouTube Live so that we can start getting a feel for if we're going to transition. We appreciate you all. You all are why we do this, and we're looking to grow and grow and grow. And we need your help. So take yourself over to the YouTube channel, Sippin' the Conversation with Buddha and Baby. You know how to find us. You know what I'm saying? And if all else fails, you can Google us, and we'll come up with all the platforms. Okay. But nevertheless, we appreciate you all for your time and energy. There will be a part 3, but we'll take it to the level of child support for co-parenting maybe next week. Not exactly sure, but this is one of those topics. If you have a topic, make sure you go to www.buddhaandbaby.com and go to the topic submittal option and give us your question or topic that you would like to hear on an upcoming show. Yes? Can we do that?
Okay.
Touch and agree? All right.